Good afternoon, guys. It's 4:24 p.m. Today is June 22nd, and it's a Wednesday. So there are a couple of things going on today. So even before the pre-market, right? I was writing notes early in the morning. It's like so look at yesterday's closing remark, right? So what was the yesterday's closing remark? Yesterday's closing remark was hold on, man. Hit this spam call, but anyway, so yesterday's closing remark was simple, right? So let's see what overnight does, right? So that was the closing remark, right? And can buyers hold it above today's close, or price stays below today's close coming into tomorrow, right, which is today. See how simple that was, the note, right? And look what happened, right after open at 6 p.m, right, last night, price did not go above at all above yesterday's close, and it stayed entire night overnight below that level, right? So that tips me off, that hey, what the hell is going on? At least I would expecting somewhat something, because yesterday entire day was almost like half up day, right? And a lot of people bought it yesterday, correct? And then it closed higher, and then damn thing just stayed below that close entire overnight. It's like completely opposite. What the hell is going on, right? So at that point, it doesn't make sense to guess something and imagining something that whether X side is in control or Y side is in control, right? Because two totally opposite days, or one day is up, overnight is down completely, right? So two opposite things. So it's better not to guess anything in that point, right? And be available, make yourself available to trade both ways then, right? So, but then how do we know during the day that which side is in control, even going into the day, right? How do you gauge that thing, correct? We need to know some benchmark, come up with some benchmark or something that will tell us, okay, if price goes above this, I will take longs. If price goes below this, I will take short, something like that, right? Because since it's a gray area, right? So some days are like that, and then I have to write a note accordingly, So everyday notes will be different, in different format, different writing, because based on whatever I think at that point, right? So this is a bigger view, right? They are range bound. Anything can happen in the range. Price can go back and forth. So I'm going to combine today's writing for all the indexes, since because of this garbage, right? I do not like to write around for individual indexes, right? Because they are all garbage now. So that's why I just combine the entire paragraph in one for everything, all the indexes like this. And here is the repetition of closing remark, right? It stayed below it, and buyer failed to keep it above yesterday's close, right? And it extended that entire overnight, and price was able to even go through yesterday's low and tested 620 holiday RTH low and bounced from it. That was the story, right? So does that story tells me anything, any good information? No. But at least I would expect, since it was able to go through yesterday's low, sellers did a lot of effort, right, to keep it below yesterday's close, and now price is trading below yesterday's low before open. I would expect them to hold it below it. Simple, It's like, okay, you guys are crazy, means I'm asking sellers, right, that myself, internally, that hey, you guys are crazy, man, you are selling left and right, you better hold below yesterday's low, and if you don't, I'm going to go against you then, and that was the whole idea I played today of the open, So because we are allowed to trade both ways, right? So that's why I gave you these levels instead of following the lines, right, or the levels. I said these are the key levels to follow, simple, and these levels will give you a trade, right? And for the rest at high level overview of buyers for today, keep the chart notes in mind for above buyers, below sellers. See that line in sand that I was talking about, right? Above buyers, below sellers. NQ dream numbers are important, right? For Russell, I gave you these levels, right? See this 66, that damn thing held as today's low. price bounce off right from these levels, and we discussed this in Discord that 66 either sellers are going to step in and price is gonna go down right of the open, or buyers are going to step in and it will go higher. See, in this case buyers won the battle right from this level, right? Crude below 109, sellers are there. Below 106.50, sellers are there, right? And these are the levels basically. 101, 101.75 was the target for those sellers, so I didn't check crude later on, but in the morning I was seeing it was going down even in the pre-market up to this level, I guess, somewhere. So I don't know, after that I did not check. Dream number 432, 341, right? So now you know the notes, and now let's go here, right? So these are the dream number 432 and this, right? Dream numbers are important, right? So right of the open you can see it. Even before open, this 425, 432 dream number, right? Price tested these things couple of times and now it sliced through it, right? It even held it here, and then right of the open, before open, it tried to go above this previous dream number also, right? Naked dream number, and this blue lines, I love these blue lines, and so then it went through this blue line pretty much right of the open, and then it pulled back. Even during the same candle it pulled back to this dream number, held it and closed above it, this area, right? So now if you look at the comments here, see, this was my line in sand, this area for today, right? Above buyers, below sellers. Look at this. Assume above buyers trying and below sellers trying, right? So of the open, it opened right here, right? So there is no, we don't do anything at the open, right? So the moment it went higher, it's above buyers, right? That means buyers are active. Now their job is to do what? Hold above this damn level then. Simple. Yes, same thing. Above this 36, 37, buyers, below sellers, right? So price went there, touched it first time, NQ went above it, and it was trying to hold above it here. See that, this mini balance? While ES was trying to hold this 28, right? But technically it was below this level, so there is no activity in ES you can do. However, NQ you can go long if you want to, right? So that's why it's a different arrow here. See that, right? But in real time in Discord I said it comes with the risk. Why? Because these sellers from this line, they are trying to push it down, and ES, since ES was not above 37 completely, they both can go down if it's possibility is there, right? So here if you go long, you have to use a tight stop and you have to manage it accordingly, right? So it's like a 50-50 shot here, right? So I did not take this trade. I waited for these things, I said, if this takes out these things, then I'm interested, and by the time if this takes out this thing, so here it took out, right? And it went higher here, ES closed here, right? By the time NQ also went higher, right? So here you can take a breakout, or if you're lucky, you'll get a pullback, and here you got a pullback right here. So this 519 to 500 area, that was your long setup. Stop is below 500, and here you have to time it with ES. See, ES pull back here at 37 right here, that's where I said that's the long in ES, at the same time long in NQ, and that's where I pushed the button basically, so if you can look at it here, 37 right here. So what time is it? I think 9:51. 9:51. See this part? So that was your long actually right here, somewhere into this 37 when you pull back, right? The same time NQ also pull back. This was the long above buyers, right? It's pretty simple, above buyers, and I was not expecting a trend day, today. So range bound day, right? That means you can expect at any level sellers can step in, right? So since I don't hold my trade for longer, right, I only trade for morning 20 minute, 30 minute, right? So considering this red line here, price coming straight up there, right, it may get exhausted and you may see a pullback, either shallow pullback or more pullback, right? Who knows? But I built out here. That was my 80 points roughly, right? And here I had a 30 points or so, right? So I just built out both because it was gap fill also, right? There was a bearish disconnect right here, right? So sellers may step in, and they did actually, right? But then this buyer took the control. But here I said no shorts, right? I clearly said no shorts at all, right? Unless you see some different pattern, right? That's all we discussed. So no shorts, no shorts, no shorts, no shorts, right? So an entire day, then, and after this point onwards, 10:56, which is this line, I said day is screwed. So after 10:56 or 10:55, I said day is screwed up. Right around that time. That means stop trading for the day. You may see a chop kind of move, right? And then you can see it. Yes, it moved back and forth, but overall, price did not achieve anything. See these things? Did not achieve anything. It just did back and forth, that's all, right? So ideal trade was this, right? Even if you want to hold it, these things, you have to manage it accordingly, right? Or you will out here and then re-enter, whatever. Re-enter is aggressive though, right? Comes with the risk at the higher level, but you can try that way. By the time everything was off anyway. So this was the trade. See this, how NQ was working out nicely here. See that, line to line, up, pull back to this line. Here there was a breakout. See, there was a rejection here, came down, this line held it up, this line held it up, right? And even here there is no pause. It was unlikely that it wouldn't get any pause here, but it went through it and then just chopped around here, right? So that's pretty much it. Those are this was my target actually, this one, right? I built out here, but that was my original target. That is what I said in Discord. While bailing out here, I said yesterday's high is my target, and this was my target, original target, right? But then I built out here, because I saw bearish disconnect, right? So, and then that was the trade, right? So the notes helped, right, pretty much, even though it was a gray area, but this line in sand helped us in this trade, right? So every day is different, So now let's talk about Mbox. See, Mbox has a good trade today. Mbox was lining up right here actually at 420 even, and this also, and there was a short also in Mbox later on, right here in this area somewhere, and ES also in this area somewhere. So that was Mbox based, not our regular trading way, right? Because we are not supposed to trade anyway. So Mbox, let me talk about Mbox now. Okay, so Mbox, right? So look at this, right? So what I saw, right? So what I saw was this. See that there was a, so price was going down, right? It's like it wants to go to earth, right? But then underneath the hood, I was looking at this down move, like this. There were a lot of bid going on, right? People were selling it, right? But then here you can see 223, right? That was the low, right? And then look at this, no selling, right? Supply was great here, no selling, right? And then this was the lower low, but look at this, higher low, right? So selling is decreasing or contracting, I would say, right? And then up here minus 36. See that? That was something off, correct? Then I can see demand. Look at this, 147. It was actually on the way down, demand was increasing. That was funny thing, right? Something odd. 51, 110, 146. What the hell, right? See, something is off, definitely. And then I saw this minus 36, damn. And then supply was even more, supply was less, right? But the selling was more here compared to this. See, this is definitely something off situation, right? And then what happened? Price just skyrocketed high, and suddenly that offer came in, right? And 339. What the hell? Buyers are there now. Look at this. Look at amount of buying here compared to this selling. That was the sign that buyers are back. Something the buyers wants to take it higher, right? And then pull back, minus 151. This is like even greater than this, more supply. But look at the damn thing, no selling. So this was a pullback, definitely. Oversold situation, kind of. And then another offer, and then it took out this. It's this time even 366. All this thing is telling you demand is increasing and the buying is increasing. Cumulative delta is rising. What the hell? What do we want, right? Anything else do we want to see here? Look at the buying here. You can see this buying, right? And then you got a pullback, double algo. This pullback algo at plus 48. That was your long setup right here. Even in pre-market from around 420. See, I said that, right? 420. And then, but I didn't want to take that long, right? So I waited because it was still below my above buyer's line, and that line in sand. The line in sand was right here. This is the line in sand, right? Then of the open price there is an offer. See the beauty of these things. That line in sand has an offer right there. So let me make it different color so you know. See, this was the line in sand. Offer came right there, sliced through it, right? And then down, little bit down, right? And then slice through another offer. Look at this buying. Look at this buying. This is good, right? That was a sign that, hey man, you can go long even, right here. But I said, you know what? See, ES also same story. You can follow. I'm not gonna cover ES now, right? But you can do the same exercise in ES, similar to this, right? And then ES line in sand was right here, even these are my levels, but ES line in sand was right here. Okay, now you know this is the line in sand, right? So 933 ES went above it, NQ went above it, right? So at least at that point onwards, I know buyers are in control as long as they are holding it above it. And then look at what happened. This both attempt, it held it, right? Now you look at this damn thing. What do you see? A lot of buying in this circle or this box. Here also same thing, right? Overall demand is increasing. See that? So, but anyway, without even waiting, the moment I see 475 is holding, right? 2 attempts, right? And that was my long right here. Early long in NQ. And I didn't even waited for ES. See, ideally I was supposed to wait, 2 years to go about this. And maybe if I'm lucky, get a pullback here, right? Because ES was still hesitating below 37. If you look at 5-minute chart, NQ was way above 475, right? So you have to wait for timing. Then what happened? Then ES went higher and pulled back. Actually, ES closed finally above 37 right here, and it pulled back to 37. This area. See, that was the time I said in Discord to go long here, right here. At the same time, NQ you can go long right here. That was a good long because you have enough evidence here. See, this damn thing is consistently rising, right? That it will shoot higher now, and then you can see it, boom, 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 right? It's just just skyrocketed. Look at this buying, right? So that was the trade, right? And then exit is always up to you. You can bail out wherever you want, based on your risk reward criteria. But that was the long, right? So, and then even Russell has the same thing. Even Dow has the same thing. Similar story. Actually, Mike covered the Dow anyway, so I don't look at the Dow anyway. So, but anyway, so now later on, right? The day was screwed up at right here at this point, right? So I was not watching these things. I was just playing around. Later on in the day, right? What I observed was this. Let me shrink it down so you will know. So I said I'm not gonna cover this, but I will cover it at the high level. Okay, I already give you a screenshot in Mboxwave thread, that Discord. But anyway, so this is what I saw. See here, you can see this. There was no selling, there was no buying, right? And then you can see suddenly this damn thing is started rising, and then there was a breakout here, right? But it was within the balance, right? So you're not supposed to do anything here to go long in the middle, right? Same thing here also. So I was watching, man, buyers are coming back now. They're gonna go take it higher, right? So, and then there was a lot of imbalances here. See that here also, same thing. There are a lot of imbalances. So looks like it, price wants to go to moon at this point. And then what happened? Then suddenly, this 481 become 158. Demand is gone. even though there was a buying here, right? But then I saw this, look at this, right? And price is almost trying to make a new high here, and then look at this, right? Look at here also, you can draw a line. Something is off. Same damn thing here also. See, down and down, right? And actually down here. Something is off, So ideally it should not have these things. I should have seen a lot of buying, but something is off, right? That tipped me off. And then I was watching, okay, and then I saw this offer. See that? And then price just came down. Boom. And then you can see it, there is a lot of selling here in this area. There is a lot of selling here. See that? And you have this selling coming in right here. That was the sign. So I shorted it around here. And then I said, you know what? Now, it's gonna just tank. This is what I wanted to see. So I put my target at 484, somewhere around here in NQ, 62 in ES, somewhere around here. And I got filled later on, right? So now we want to see the proof. Hold on. Okay, right? Because people usually ask for a proof, and I really hate that people wants to see the proof. They are not interested in learning. They want to prove, right? So some people do that, not all of them, but some of the guys do that. So here is my morning logs, right, from this area, both ES and NQ, right? And then this was the afternoon short that I was talking about, right? Look at this. This is Russell, same time I took it. This is ES, same time I took it. This is NQ, same time I took it, right? And this was my target, 484.62. Russell, I didn't have a target, so I just built out all together when ES hit 62, all of them. NQ I closed it at 550 or 560, ES 62, 63, and Russell at that time, wherever it was, 1892 or whatever, that was the price. I got it, but even look at this. You don't even have to look at the price, by looking at this and this, right? That was a clear-cut trade here. By looking at this, now you look at the top, you will see that trade happening, this trade. So see, different way to look at it every day, right? It's a different way, different approach. But anyway, that was the trade for the short side, right? And that be all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.